Approximately 3 hours into a game which promises many thousands of hours of content, you get asked to make the permanent decision of choosing your class with zero insight into what they actually are. This video will help decide which class is best for you, and I'll be giving you all the information on what they do so you can pick your faction with the confidence you need to tell people why they're objectively wrong. As a general overview, the 3 pillars that make up factions are attributes, aesthetic, and artisanal. At their core though, it all comes down to equipment. Even their base stats are perfectly neutral. The attributes determine strength and weaknesses against different elements in the game. No faction is truly greater over another in this way. Yes, that means hammer mages aren't DPS carries. Each faction's armor has its own weakness, and their weapons will be more commonly of their element than others, but they all have equal access to using any element offensively. Each faction has their own aesthetic, somewhat displayed by their leaders except the Dryad, who isn't doing a lot of favors for the Guardian's dwindling player base. Finally, each faction's weapons comes from different crafting professions with their own styles of gameplay. While all crafting professions can be done for every faction, it's definitely something to be considered considering how long it takes to max a single profession. The Cryo Knights are metal-clad warriors infused with cryonate with a touch of paranoia. Their metal armor conducts electricity, making them susceptible to the Hammer Mage's Tempest Day. If you squint a little, this might seem familiar. They dress in full plate mail and chainmail, wielding your standard fantasy range of medieval knight equipment, longswords, greatswords, maces, and more, while also using metal throwables such as knives, axes, and iron bows. Mining and blacksmithing are the traditional trades of the Cryo Knights, which makes the faction worth picking for that reason alone for some people. You know who you are. Guardians are followers of ancient magic given from the Dryads. They're plant and nature based, which makes them less resistant to the cold. This is the monk class, so if you pick Guardian, you'll find yourself wearing leather and bone mail armors, pummeling foes with wooden and bone equipment. Batons, cudgels, quarterstaves, and polearms are the tools of trade here, with their range attacks coming from bows, crossbows, and javelins. Further defining themselves as the off-meta Snowflake class is the fact that their preferred professions are radically different from the other two. You'll find yourself in Hope Forest, using harvesting to find bones and cutting trees to be assembled with the Bone Right crafting skill. Finally, we get to the Hammer Mage, who has always been destined to be the most picked class since even before the launch by sheer value of the name alone. Hammer Mages are infused with storm magic called Tempest Day. They're weak to Arboray because... It looks like Andrew forgot to give us a reason other than I said so. Anyways, they wield weapons and armor made entirely of stone. Crushing enemies under the weight of maces, warhammers, and great hammers is their favorite hobby, while initiating from afar with bowlers and throwing hammers, or literally just rocks. Hammer mages can shout rock and stone in unison as they head into the mines to collect what they need for the stonemasonry profession, where they will craft their weapons of mass bonking. As you've seen, there are pretty stark differences between choosing your faction, but they are balanced and does legitimately come down to preference. In the future, we will see special attacks added to the respective faction's epic weapons, but I fully expect them to tie into the themes of each class rather than distinct roles. As soon as we get them, I'll link a breakdown video to this one. It's worth noting we've seen an armorer profession in episode 5, but I believe it to craft armor across all 3 factions rather than giving us 3 more skills again. I hope this little video helped you make a more informed decision on picking your class. If this video helped at all, please do like and subscribe so I can continue making more content like this for you guys. Thanks for watching.